Hi friends, hope you are doing great. Today we are going to see Google Cloud Load Balancer demo. First we are going to create instance template. Second we are going to create instance group. Third we are going to configure the Google Cloud Load Balancer, HTTPS load balancing. Here we are going to update the backend front-end configuration and health check. And finally we are going to verify the functionality of load balancer. And finally we are going to delete the load balancer, instance group, instance template. Let's start the demo. So go to the Google Cloud page, Google Cloud console. So already you know these things, Google Cloud homepage and navigation menu. So go to the compute engine part. First we are going to create the instance template. When to use the instance templates? Use instance templates, when to use the instance templates, we need to use the instance templates anytime you want to quickly create VM instances based off of a pre-existing configuration. If you want to create a group of identical instances, you must use an instance template to create a managed instance groups. So now I am going to create the instance template. Just click the instance templates. Now click create instance template. Let's wait for it. We need to fill this form. I am giving the name as web template. And next we need to select the machine configuration. Machine family is general purpose. Series I am selecting as second generation, let it be. And here machine type, this is for training purpose. I am selecting the micro, E2 micro. And next we need to select this firewall rules. So firewall rules, just we need to select this both allow HTTP and HTTPS traffic. And now we need to update the startup script here. So we can specify a startup script that will run when your instance boots up or restarts. Startup scripts can be used to install software and updates and to ensure that services are running within the VM. So now I have selected the startup script and I'm pasting it here. So the startup script, basically what it will do, so it will install the Apache 2 and we are going to create the web page, HTML index.html web page, and hello from the host name it will be displayed. And finally we are end of this file. So I have updated the startup script and scroll down a little bit and we can create this instance template. Now the instance template is being created. Let's wait for it, friends. Next what we are going to do means we are going to create the instance group. Instance groups, and instance group, it is a collection of virtual machine instances that you can manage as a single entity. So it has been created successfully. Next we will go to the instance group. So instance group, already I told, and instance group, it is a collection of VM instances that you can manage as a single entity. Compute Engine offers two kinds of VM instance groups, managed and unmanaged. What is a managed instance groups and unmanaged instance group? What is a managed instance group? It lets you operate apps on multiple identical VMs. We can make your workload scalable and highly available by taking advantage of automated managed instance group services, including auto scaling, auto healing, regional deployment, and automatic updating. Unmanaged instance group let you load balance across a fleet of VMs that you manage yourself. So now we will create the instance group. Just click create instance group. So it is loading right now. So now we need to give the name we need to give web server, and description it is optional. Location we need to select. To ensure higher availability, select multiple zone location for an instance group. So we can select single zone or multiple zone. I am going with the multiple zone. And region we can select the as per our nearest region. We can select. I am selecting the Asia South one. Then if you are clicking this configure zones, automatically it will be checked here. And just scroll down. Then here we need to select the instance template. This web template which we have created just now, I am selecting this instance template. Then auto scaling. So auto scaling, commonly auto scaling provides users with an automated approach to increase or decrease the compute, memory, networking resource. In Google Cloud, what is auto scaling? Means compute engine offers auto scaling to automatically add or remove VM instances from a managed instance group based on increases or decreases in load. Auto scaling lets you apps gracefully handle increases in traffic, and it reduces cost when the need for resources is lower. So now in this demo we are not going to select this auto scaling mode, just select don't auto scale. Then we can see number of instances it is reflecting here, right? Now I am going to give the number of instances as 2. This is for our training purpose. As per the business requirement, as per your business requirement, whatever number of instances you need, you can update as per your requirement. Now I have updated as 2, and then we need to select that second is cooldown period. It is specify how long it takes for your app to initialize from boot time until it is ready to serve. Then it is default, it is 60. Here minimum number of instances, it is showing this one. The least number of VM instances the group will contain even if the target is not met. The maximum number of instances, the larger number of VM instances allowed even if the target is exceeded. So I am giving us 3 here. So it depends upon our quota. Now I am giving us 3. And next we need to create the health check. So just create a health check now. So what is a health check? Health checks are among the immediate remedies offered by a cloud provider to ensure early detection and reporting of a service failure so that corrective actions can be taken. Google Cloud provides health checks to determine if backends respond to traffic. Now we are going to create a health check. So now we need to provide the name for the health check. So I am giving the web hyphen health check, and description, which is optional, we can provide the description, it is optional only. Then protocol, we need to choose the protocol. We need to choose the health check protocol. I am selecting as HTTP. And port, we need to provide a port number. When you create a health check in the cloud console, we must specify the port using the port number. So 80, it is default. I'm not going to touch this thing. Proxy protocol, it is optionally, you can append a proxy header to the request made by the health check probe systems. Next, request path. So request path and response. For HTTPS, HTTP2 protocols, we can optionally provide a URL path for the health check probe systems to contact. Next, we are going to I am giving the request path as root and health criteria. Now we will see the health criteria. It defines the how health is determined, how often to check, how long to wait for a response, and how many successful or failed attempts are decisive. So check interval, it defines the amount of time from the start of one probe to the start of the next one. So let it be 10, let it be. Then timeout, it defines the amount of time that Google Cloud waits for the response to a probe. Its value must be less than or equal to the check interval. So let it be 5 seconds. And healthy threshold, it defines the number of sequential probes that must succeed for the VM instance to be considered healthy. So 2 seconds I am giving, let it be consecutive success. And unhealthy threshold, it defines the number of sequential probes that must fail for the VM instance to be considered unhealthy. So consecutive failures, I am giving the 3 here. And next we need to click the save and continue. Then initial delay section refers to auto healing, how long to wait before health checks come into play. So what is auto healing? So auto healing in GCP, auto healing recreates unhealthy VMs using the original instance template that was used to create the VM. However, if a zonal managed instance group has only one VM, or a regional managed instance group has only one VM per zone, auto healing recreates these VMs when they become unhealthy. So that is the function of the auto healing in GCP. So next we have done these steps. So now what I am going to do means I am reducing this initial delay to from 300 seconds to 60 seconds, 1 minute. Now we are going to create the instance group. The instance group, it will be created. It will take few minutes, friends. It will take a few minutes. So I have a slide here. Actually, we can go through this. So here we have the instance groups here. Let me open the instance group. So instance group, already I know, I have already explained about these two types of instance group, managed and unmanaged. So these are the managed instance group, and benefits for the managed instance group offer the following advantages. It is high availability and scalability, automated updates, support for stateful workloads. Then what is auto healing? It is managed instance group maintain high availability of your applications by proactively keeping your instances viable, which means is running state. Then health checking. The health checks used to monitor managed instance groups are similar to the health checks used for load balancing with some differences in behavior. We have the regional or zonal groups. What is a load balancing? So Google load balancing can use instance groups to serve traffic depending on the type of the load balancer we choose. We can add instance groups to a target pool or to a backend service. So we have the what is auto scaling, then what is automatic updating. We can easily and safely deploy new versions of software to instances in a managed instance group. Then we have the what is the groups of preemptible instances. Already we have explained about the preemptible instances in our previous video when we saw the compute engine. So we have what is the container. So we can see these things, friends. Let's see. So it is showing here, but it is not, yeah, status is showing running right now, friends. Then next we will move on to the next step. So what is the next step? So next step is configuring the Google Cloud Load Balancer HTTPS load balancing. We are going to update the backend and front end configuration and health check. So next go on to that network. Under the network services, so go to the network services. Under the network services, just click the load balancer. So now we need to click the create load balancer. Load balancer distribute incoming network traffic across multiple VM instances to help your application scale. So create load balancer. Now we have the types of load balancer: HTTPS load balancing, TCP and UDP load balancing. So HTTPS, it is for layer 7 load balancing for HTTPS application. For TCP we have this layer 4 load balancing, and UDP it is for layer 4 load balancing. So this is we are going to select this for HTTP or HTTPS application. So I am selecting this start configuration. So this is for internet facing. Do we want the load balance? Do you want the load balance traffic from the internet to your VMs or only between the VM in your network? So we need the load balance traffic from the internet to our VM. So I am selecting from internet to my VMs. Just click continue right now. Then we need to update the backend configuration, friends. So we need to create or select a backend service for incoming traffic. We can add multiple backend services and backend buckets to serve different types of content. So now we need to give the name as backend. So I am giving as lb-b. Okay, just select it here, create a backend service. Just click backend service. We need to update this backend service details. So now we need to update the backend service details. This page we need to fill this. Now I am giving the name as web lb, and description we can leave it as, we can whatever we can give, or no worries. So backend type instance group, we can select the instance group, and here we need to select the protocol HTTP, and port it is showing as HTTP, and timeout it is showing as 30. Let it be. And next we need to select that new backend. So here we need to select that which we have created already, the instance group. I am selecting the web server, and port number I am giving as 80, and balancing mode, it is balance utilization, it is CPU utilization, based upon the CPU utilization. So I am going to select the rate. So here request per second, maximum request per second, I am giving us 100 here. So this is the target request per second for individual instances or the instance group average. When this rate is exceeded, requests are directed to the another backend. So per instance we have the scope, per group or per instance I am selecting as per instance. Then capacity I am giving as 100%. And next, about the cloud CDN, I would like to explain about the cloud CDN. What is a cloud CDN? So generally, what is a cloud CDN? It is a service that catches your web content in Google's delivery network. Then when a user goes to your website, they retrieve your content from the nearest CDN location rather than from your web server. Cloud CDN is a great service for serving content to your users faster, but it does complicate things, so you may need to change some settings to optimize the cache. Google Cloud CDN. So we are going to talk about the Google Cloud CDN. Google Cloud CDN enables customers to deliver content hosted on premises or in another cloud over Google's high performance distributed edge caching infrastructure. So now I am not going to enable this Cloud CDN. This is for our training purpose. Then next, scroll down a little bit, and health checks, we need to select the health checks which we have created already, WebHC. Then we need to click create right now. Now we have successfully updated the backend configuration. Next we need to go, next we click OK here. Yeah, so we have successfully created the backend configuration. Next we need to go to the host and path rules. So here host and path rules determines how your traffic will be directed. You can direct traffic to a backend service or a storage bucket. Using advanced mode, we can also rewrite user request URLs before directing the traffic or respond to the client with URL redirects. So I am not going to touch anything here, let it be. Then front end configuration. So we need to update the front end configuration. Here we need to specify in this front end configuration, we need to specify an IP address, port and protocol. This IP address is the front end IP for your client's request. For SSL, a certificate must also be signed. So name we need to give the front end. So I am giving us web LB hyphen front end. Then HTTP protocol I am selecting as HTTP. Network service tier I am selecting as premium. So it is we have two types, premium as standard. Network service tier, already I have explained about this. Network service tier, it enables you to optimize the network quality and performance with cost of your resources and projects. So based upon your requirement, we can select whether it is for premium or standard. So now I am selecting as premium. Then IP version I am selecting as IPv4. We have two versions, IPv6 and IPv4. I am selecting as IPv4. And IP address, I have not created the static IP address, so I am selecting as ephemeral. Okay. Next, port as 80, done. So now I am going to click this done. Then finally, what we need to do means we need to review the finalize. This is optional, friends. Just we need to check it. So we have created the front end and we have updated the backend services, web LB. We have selected the endpoint protocols HTTP, and we have selected the health checkers WebHC and cloud CDN. We have not enabled it, and we have successfully done that. We have created, we are going to create the load balancer HTTPS. Just click create load balancer right now, friends. So before actually I would like to explain, I forgot to explain it. So before starting, creating this, just go to the compute engine page. So here we can see this, friends. Already we have created the instance group, right? I forgot to explain this. So here we have created, already we have created, this is web server only we have given this 70K5. It is automatically the name, it will come arbitrary string, it will come S446 also. The zone, it has been taken two different zone, two different compute engine, two different VM and two different availability zone. So here we can copy this external IP and open in a new tab. Just check it, friends, whether it is this web page is working or not. So I'm sorry friends, so we will see these things in our next video, because already it has been over 20 minutes. So, thanks. You can continue my part 2 video friends. Thanks a lot.